The earliest memory I have is of when I was 2 years old, a duck being slaughtered to celebrate my birthday. I remember my mom telling somebody something like, go bring that duck, we slaughter it and cook it and celebrate because Kellen is turning 2 years old. And I remember feeling special. Like that was the first time that I remember vividly feeling special, or like I belong, or like I'm wanted at home. At this point, let me also say, no other birthday of mine was celebrated ever again in a home setting until 2020 when I got married. And now I got married 2020 February, and my birthday is in May. And that was the next time that I was made to feel special, that it's the day that I was born. And that cake was bought by my husband from when I was 2 years old. So about like 20 something years passed. Looking back, what I did not know is that feeling that I felt when I was 2 years old and my birthday was celebrated, it stuck with me. And every year that passed by and my classmates celebrated their birthdays and my friends brought their birthdays to school, their parents did magnificent things for them, what I did not know is that it left a certain thing inside me, like it left an impression. Kids are helpless, we don't know any better. So what I did not know until much later when I'm all grown and I'm looking back is that feeling actually stuck with me. And imagine in kindergarten, I remember looking at other kids and asking myself, why am I not like them? Like, why can't my life be like theirs, And I would see kids being hugged by their parents, being praised by their parents, being, and I would watch in amazement. I remember from as early as nursery school, looking at them and I'm like, wow. Like, how does it feel to be a big deal in your family, And let me say this at this point. I do not blame my parents for anything, because I also have come to understand if they knew better, they actually would have done better. So they actually did not know. They were just doing it the way they know how to do it, okay? But it left me feeling like I wish maybe we would swap positions with my classmates and have me feel the way they feel when their parents like love on them, praise them, they are a big deal, during visiting days. Oh my God. And it's not like we were from a poor family per se, because my parents were both, my dad is a civil servant, my mom is a teacher. So it was like an average household, okay? But there was no much you see that intentional, emotionally being available for your child, or emotionally loving on your child, and them knowing that you love them. Like, there's a functional relationship. I genuinely did not grow up seeing that, and it made me grow up very confused, very, very confused, because I would see people hugging their dads and I'm thinking, oh my God, like, in which world? You people hug your dads, you people crack jokes with your dads. Like, me, I hear mine and I ran, like, hey, it is not something at that time that I would have given a thought. But the more I grew, the more I realized that kumbe, this thing, I have such a deep hole, or such a deep vacuum that I desire to be filled, and I don't know who will fill it. You understand? When you add to the fact that I had ADHD from when I was young and nobody knew about it, actually, ADHD runs in families. All right. So that also means that in our family, and this is not my story to tell, it's upon them for them to discover for themselves, there is just that thing, So, when you add to the fact that I was a neurodivergent child, though we did not know, it made it so many times worse. The isolation, my God, Yani, I remember my childhood in not very good ways. The memories I have are not very good memories, okay? By class 7, interestingly, depression started creeping in. Like, I remember because I was in Monjeri complex, I would really try so hard to isolate myself totally, and Moi is a big school, very big school. Before you successfully, it has many people. Before you successfully hide, you have really tried, And I would cry a lot. I would really just feel less than. And I really desired that my life be like that of my friends or something, I always had a deep-seated feeling that I'm not good enough. In spite of the fact that I used to perform well, I always still felt it was still not good enough, And that narrative was also pushed at home. And I had meltdowns. Yani, in standard 7 is when I remember I started having breakdowns, And by the time I was finishing now standard 7 and transitioning to form 1, depression had caught me so well that I actually attempted suicide for the first time. In a way